August 3rd, 2001, Westerly, Rhode Island. A television crew is setting up lights in a rented conference room. They say they're from McDonald's, here to film a segment about the people who won its biggest prizes. The man in the chair is Michael Hoover, a casino pit boss who, 2 years earlier, claimed a $1 million winning ticket in the McDonald's Monopoly game. He tells the story beautifully. The magazine he lost at the beach, the replacement copy he bought at a grocery store, the moment he peeled the sticker. Every detail is rehearsed. Every detail is a lie. And every person behind the cameras, the director, the sound guy, the production assistant, is a federal agent. Because for 12 years, almost nobody won McDonald's Monopoly honestly. The biggest prizes, the $1 million tickets, the sports cars, were stolen before the game even reached the restaurants. $24 million worth. All of it traced back to one man. This is how he did it, how the machine actually worked, and how a fake TV crew and one anonymous phone call brought the whole thing down. In the 1990s, McDonald's Monopoly was the most successful promotion in fast food history. Peel a game piece off your fries, collect Boardwalk and Park Place, win $1 million. The company printed roughly 500 million pieces per game. The presses ran 24 hours a day. The paper alone filled 100 rail cars. McDonald's didn't run the game itself. It hired a Los Angeles agency called Simon Marketing, and Simon printed the pieces at a plant in Georgia called Dittler Brothers, a printer trusted with lottery tickets and at one point classified work for the United States military. And the security around the winning pieces was genuinely serious. A computer chose at random which factory would receive each $1 million winner. The pieces were cut out by hand, sealed in envelopes with tamper-evident metallic seals, and carried across the country in a locked case, escorted every step by an independent auditor. The man who designed those controls, who held the case, wore a hidden vest stitched with pockets for the pieces, and knew where every camera was the director of security himself. His name was Jerome Jacobson. The system audited everyone except him. Jacobson was an ex-cop. He'd worn a badge in Hollywood, Florida, until a rare neurological illness ended his career at 37. He drifted into corporate security, first at the printing plant, then at Simon Marketing. $70,000 a year, 6 times his police salary, and absolute custody of the most valuable pieces of paper in America. The first theft wasn't a master plan, it was a flex. In 1989, at a family gathering in Miami, Jacobson slipped his stepbrother a $25,000 game piece. He later said he didn't even know why. To prove he could, maybe. To brag. And then, nothing happened. No alarm, no audit, nothing. Then the universe handed him a gift. A supplier in Hong Kong accidentally shipped Jacobson his own private stock of the anti-tamper seals, the one thing standing between him and a perfect crime. Now he could open a sealed envelope and close it again like it never happened. His method was almost embarrassingly simple. Flying between the printing plant and the packaging plant, escorted by an auditor who could follow him anywhere except one place, Jacobson would step into an airport men's room, lock the stall, break the seal, swap the $1 million winner for a worthless common piece, reseal the envelope with his own seals. The auditor got the envelope back. Jacobson kept the future. The envelopes flew on. The factories printed on. And in kitchens across America, families kept peeling game pieces that could no longer win anything that mattered. The game wasn't just compromised. At the very top, it was fiction. But a stolen ticket is worthless if you can't cash it. And Jacobson couldn't. Not himself, not family with his name. He needed winners, strangers with clean records. In 1995, in a chance meeting at the Atlanta airport, he found his dealer, Gennaro Colombo, a nightclub owner from South Carolina who ran an illegal casino, claimed blood ties to New York's Colombo crime family, and carried a purse full of $100 bills. Together, they built a machine. Jacobson supplied the pieces. Recruiters like Columbo found the winners, friends, in-laws, old associates, and coached their cover stories. The going rate? Roughly $50,000 kicked back to Uncle Jerry for a $1 million ticket. But McDonald's paid its grand prizes as annuities, $50,000 a year for 20 years. The money moved slowly, so the debts, the splits, and the lies had to hold for decades. Some of the winners were mobbed up. Most were painfully ordinary. Gloria Brown was a single mother from Jacksonville. She borrowed against everything she had to buy her ticket, drove to South Carolina to fake where she'd found it, and practiced sounding surprised. When the first annuity check arrived, half of it was already spoken for. And then there's the strangest chapter in the whole story. In November 1995, a donations clerk at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital opened an anonymous envelope postmarked Dallas, Texas. Taped inside was a $1 million winning piece. Jacobson had a ticket he couldn't place with a recruit before the deadline, so he mailed it to sick kids. As a lark, he said later, McDonald's broke its own no transfer rule and paid it out. $50,000 a year, every year until 2014. The machine ran for years. Then it started throwing parts. In May 1998, a pickup truck slammed into Columbo's Ford Explorer on the expressway and dragged it 250 feet. 2 weeks later, the man who built Jacobson's distribution network was dead. It is probably the only reason he was never charged. Jacobson replaced him with whoever he could find. A former cocaine trafficker named Andrew Glom handed out 8 separate $1 million tickets, mostly to old friends from the drug world. Discipline slipped. Winners clustered. Same families, same zip codes. A golden triangle of brand new millionaires within 25 miles of Jacobson's lake house. The math was becoming a signature. In the year 2000, the phone rang at the FBI's Jacksonville field office. An anonymous voice said the McDonald's game was rigged from the inside by a man the winners only knew as Uncle Jerry, and that one Jacksonville family alone had claimed $3 million prizes in a Dodge Viper. The Bureau opened a file. They called it Operation Final Answer. Agents plotted every major winner on a whiteboard and started drawing lines. A father-in-law here, a nephew there. The same recruiter's phone number threading through claim after claim. The odds of one person winning a top prize were about 1 in 100 million. The odds of 3 people from a single family all winning? 1 in 120 trillion. Nobody is that lucky. The game was rigged, and the map said so. But suspicion isn't proof. Prosecutors needed the network talking on tape, so the FBI tapped Jacobson's phones. 25 agents tracing 20,000 phone numbers onto 235 cassette tapes. And McDonald's, briefed in secret, agreed to something remarkable. Run the game one more time. Let the thief steal again, and watch where every piece goes. The 2001 game became a trap. A recruiter named Dwight Baker demanded $100,000 from one of his winners and collected $70,000 of it in cash, stuffed into a fast food paper bag, while an FBI camera rolled from across the parking lot. And for the winners themselves, the Bureau built something better than an interrogation room. A celebration. A fake production company, casting calls and all. A young agent named Doug Matthews appointed himself the director. They sat the winners down, rolled cameras, and let them perform their lucky day. Then they listened on the wiretaps as, minutes after the crew packed up, every single one called the network in a panic. Michael Hoover's beautiful, rehearsed story. That was the sting. You watched it happen at the start of this video. On August 21, 2001, the FBI arrested 8 people across 6 states, and the Attorney General of the United States announced it from a podium in Washington. That same day, McDonald's fired Simon Marketing, ending a 25-year relationship. To win back trust, it ran a $10 million instant giveaway, handing prizes to random customers with no strings attached. The trial opened in Jacksonville on September 10, 2001. The next morning, the story disappeared from the news. For 19 years, the bill came due everywhere. Simon Marketing was named in the indictment as an innocent victim and was destroyed anyway. It lost McDonald's and Philip Morris within weeks, wrote off $80 million, and liquidated. A promotions business once valued at $147 million sold for 14. More than 50 people were convicted. Most of the fake winners got probation, quietly paying back $50 a month against million-dollar debts. The recruiters got a year and a day. And Uncle Jerry, the man who rigged America's favorite game for 12 years, pleaded guilty to mail fraud, forfeited his cars, was ordered to repay $12.5 million, and served just 37 months. And here is the detail that should keep every executive awake at night. Investigators never found the fortune. 60 stolen tickets, 12 years, and the man at the center of it drove a Honda. Where the money actually went is still an open question. McDonald's monopoly came back, and it still runs today, with security procedures nobody fully explains, for obvious reasons. But the lesson of Uncle Jerry has nothing to do with hamburgers. Every system has someone it doesn't audit, someone trusted by design. The entire $24 million hole in this game came down to one unwatched man in a locked bathroom stall with a pocket full of someone else's luck. And if one unwatched man can rig a game, wait until you see what one unwatched man did to an entire country. The $4.5 billion looting of Malaysia is the next case file. Subscribe so you